vents that automatically close when the embers go near them.
Wow, that would be great. Hey, if you can find information on that,
I
let me know.
do. I do have it. They're called Vulcan. I looked them up the other day. Vulcan vents.
All right.
Yeah.
Vulcan vents, that sounds good. I know some people, they put pie plates, they tacked pie plates over their vents, and their house survived.
One of the ladies in La Crescenta was asking at Anawalt Lumber, where can I buy them? So my boyfriend Jim had to find out, and she had to put them all over her house because they said that since you're in the forest or close to the hills, you have to have these special vents in order to get insurance. So she had to replace all the vents there.
Yes, of course, and speaking of such things, we have some trees above us, but the chaparral is even better for burning. It drops like creosote on to kill other plants and whatnot, and it lives with fire, so it wants to burn every now and then. And if you don't trim it or something, maybe you should burn it. It's some small fires. Okay, any more questions?
Won't the insurance people make you have a defensible space around your house in order to get insurance for fire?
You know, my insurance company never asked me, but it seems like logically they
My
would.
friend, his insurance company asked him to do that, so he got the defensible space around his house, but they said, we're still gonna cancel your policy. We're gonna cancel it on January 20th. But the fire happened on January 7th, so
Wow.
he was still covered.
Okay,
But his insurance was gonna run out in another 2 weeks.
lucky
So
him.
that was a very close call.
All right, yay. Okay, anybody else?
No, I mean, walking around, I see places where it looks like the fire jumped say 2 blocks, you know, it's like on block 1 there's fire, on block 2 and 3 there's no fire, and on block 4 there's fire. Well, how would you defend against that?
I think when it would skip that far,
Yeah.
it couldn't be going from one house to the next. It had to be embers that went that way.
Yeah.
So I think that's why the embers is like the number 2 thing, besides a defensible space.
Or maybe people hosed off their area.
And that too. Now, if people risk their lives, and some people lost their lives doing it, but people who risked their lives did save a lot of homes.
Homes, yes.
And there's a whole bunch of other things.
But a lot of
Subversive
the fire hydrants had dried up. So how do you know if the fire hydrant near your house is even going to work?
Yeah, that's a bigger thing. We can't personally do it, but we can talk to our government and say, DWP, you didn't fix the water hydrants. An $80,000 repair on the San Ynez Reservoir was not done. They drained it in February of last year. They were going to do something, and somehow they forgot to do it. They forgot to tell the fire department, and we're there with their hoses. Drip, drip, drip.
Nothing there.
Oh,
Next
wow.
thing, run away, run away. Fire, no, can't stop it.
I have one question. Towards the beginning, you spoke about some things that renters could do. What were those things that a renter could do?
I think with talking to the landlord, if you got a whole bunch of brush right there, he's saying, hey, could you chop some of those that are within 3 feet, or I would even be willing to do it. And sometimes they'll say yes, but it's hard. It's like, if you get to be too cranky, then you've got another problem besides the fires.
Yeah.
You have the landlord as a problem.
For sure.
Okay, and I think, see anybody else? Oh, Bruce?
Yeah, sure. I have more of a comment going back to the insurance and if they're going to cover you and if they know. My cousin owns a house where he's a construction worker and he has a lot of plywood around his house, and the insurance company was able to view through the
Drones.
exactly, they were able to view to see, and he goes, hey, we can't insure you until you clean all this up. So that is true. They do use that. So they're able to use satellite. That's what there was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were able to view it that way, that he cannot be insured unless he removes the hazardous materials because of a potential fire. So I just wanted to mention that.
Wow.
No.
So, yeah, a lot of us have heard things or done things, so we got a start on it. There's a whole bunch more. Oh, actually, yes.
Kind of
Rachel.
have a quick comment about the creating defensible space. I mean, it's great that we do that, but at the same time, some people keep their like trees and shrubs close to the house because it blocks some heat during the summer. Because in California, like gets really hot.
Yeah.
So if you put some like shrubs around your house, creates more shade. Like you don't need to put like AC so much. Like so it saves you some utility bills. For that reason, I think that helps you. But if you get rid of all of it, your bill's gonna go through the roof, and I don't know which is worse. But yeah, it's hard to do everything.
Yeah, because one thought is, if you have a tree 15 feet away, it's probably okay. If you get a nice tall thin tree, shading things.
It's gonna take years for them to grow like tall enough to give enough shade. So you have like short shrub around their like houses so that it block heat that coming through the wall. But if you get rid of it, you are so exposed, and the house gonna be like baked during the summer. So
And you put shades. But anyway, yeah, and I see an orange color. It's not a fire, but it's still an orange little stuff.
It's red, actually.
So
Well, maybe
we'll
I'll
let things back to our
hold this.
Toastmasters.
Red.